Welcome to M.A.W. Today on M.A.W. Mondays, do you always have to clean a window the same way? In the beginning, it helps for you to grasp the concept of what it takes to clean a window. So yes, you always have to clean it a certain way. But you want to break away from that eventually, because you want to be able to adapt to your window. And that involves, there's a lot of thinking involved in order to be more efficient. So what I mean by adapting to your window is not only do you have to change your technique given on the position of the window and the position of your body. Basically, you don't want to follow how to clean a window the same way you always do it. You want to break away from that and start cleaning the window to your position and to the size of the window. So let's take this for instance. If something's in your way, you don't want to squeegee the window like this. Because you can't. Because you're off to the side. So you're going to do what I like to call a fancy straight pull. Now, you see the size of this window. You can get it in 2 pulls. So what I just did is a normal routine that everyone does starting off. You mop the window in. You come up, you come down, you come up, you come down, and then you wag the center out. But on a window like this, that's too much fancy smancy stuff. You want to map your plan of attack. So if you're off to the right, to the left, and your window's to the right, what you want to do is this. This is the best way to get this done. Cut in from the center. This is what I call a fancy straight pull. Boom. Alright? You got that side and that top cover. Then you start again in the center, above the waterline, and then you come straight off. That's what I call a fancy straight pull, without actually straight pulling it. Because straight pull technically is this. And if you wipe your blade, this is how I wipe my blade. Tap a couple times, because you don't want any trailing edge and give you a water line. That's a traditional straight pull. But I showed you an advanced straight pull with this I call a fancy straight pull. Let me show y'all again. Boom. Start in the center. Boom. Now, no technique in the world can beat that. Nothing can beat it. I'm not even going fast. But did you see how fast that was compared to this? And then wagging the center out. Now I'm going to put my headset on and I'm going to show you that you don't always have to get the water off the first time. If you leave a little bit, it doesn't matter, because you got to come back the other way. Now I'm going to show you.
I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. I'll last a bit longer. Find another reason to breathe this air. And now we made for ourselves. This won't be the last time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. I know it when I make you. I'm not the only one who's involved.
Alright, I just showed y'all a little bit of what I meant. Whether it's high up or low down, it determines on how you're going to clean that window. When you get good, when you become a master at work, it doesn't matter how you clean the window. Just get it done, hit it, and leave it alone. So after a while, technique goes out of your mind. You clean the window, what feels natural to you, what feels comfortable to you. So let's take this top for instance. Without getting your pole, you're not going to do all that. And then around the center, you might want to clear that top first so you don't have to go all the way back up first. So I didn't show you all the different ways to clean a window yet. It's impossible for me to show you all the moves that I had, that I developed over the years to clean a window. I can show you some unconventional techniques that will blow people's minds. I've already done it, but I'm not going to show all of it because I just can't. It depends on what I feel like doing, how the window is, where my body is positioned. I've proven time and time again that it doesn't matter how you get it done. Just get it done. So there is no wrong way to clean a window. A big YouTuber told me one time before that I could not clean a window in the center. And I proved everybody that was true. Even custodian tried it and he did it. So anything is possible. Just because you're used to basics and you may have taught yourself or you may have been trained a certain way, after a while you developed your own style, your own unique way of working. So here's back to what I'm saying. Traditionally, you want to map your plan of attack. It's okay to do this. Alright, it's okay to do that. But I'm going to show you, sometimes you'll leave a line of water because you didn't give it a chance for that rubber to get the water off the channel before you make your last pull. So sometimes you might leave a faint line. Sometimes it disappears, sometimes it doesn't. But that also depends on how kosher your rubber is. So when I swing back, right? You go like this, and when I swing back, you'll sometimes leave a line. If you don't go like this. You see what I just did? Now, some of you might not know why I did that. What this does is this gets water off your channel on your leading edge. So what we have here, instead of me going like this, you come straight over. If you can see that faint line, it's hard to tell, but I'm going to just show you the reason why sometimes you might want to do that little extra move. So when you come like this, and then you swing over, and then swing over again, what that does is that gets that leading edge dry so you don't leave that cross line. Another technique that you won't see somebody explain it. They may have done it, but they're not going to explain it the way I'm going to explain it. because I want you to understand the concept of what it takes to clean a window and how to get it done the quickest and best way. So that's using as less moves as possible. You want to size your window up accordingly. So if you want to do the 2 fancy straight pulls, you start in the corner, right? You come down, bang, and then bang. There's nothing faster than that for this size window. Now I'm going to show you. Let me get some water on the subject. Alright, now pay attention, because this is really, really tricky. And why would you want to sometimes do this? If your ends get worn, this is why you want to do this. See, a lot of people don't know how to clean a glass with a bad rubber. There's a certain technique. Once your rubber starts to get bad, you'll have to switch your technique up. You can no longer do those advanced moves. This is an advanced move, but it's a simple advanced move that no one's going to tell you about this. And if they do, they have it. But I'm going to tell you about that. How's that? Alright, so we got some soap on the subject. Now, do this. You see that little mark I left? Now, why would you want to leave that little mark? Can anyone guess? If you don't plan on finishing on this side, that little mark there is to keep your rubber well lubricated for the next swipe over. Alright, so when you go like that and leave that little mark, you have a trailing edge that needs to be dried. So why would you leave that mark? That mark is there so you don't catch any dry glass. And that little bit is enough to lubricate it so you can close out properly. Now that doesn't mean you take it all the way back, because this side is done. What this means is you take it and you finish off where you need to finish off. So when I go like this and I leave that little mark, you come back over and then you finish down in the center. The same thing goes if you have a hairline fracture on the end of your rubber and you keep leaving a line. How do you get rid of it? Well, there's a couple of ways you can do it. So you don't have to run all the way back to the truck. You can clean it with that. So let's say the hairline fracture is on the right side. By you already knowing this, you're going to clean the window like this. You see that trail? You see that trail mark? Let's say that line is on that side. So you want to keep it towards the bottom and then come back. Alright? Leaving that little mark is so you can catch the water on the way back so you don't fight and streak the glass. And keep. Now, that's cleaning the window with drying your edge, and you leave that mark so you can have something for the squeegee to catch on to so you can finish the glass out. This is how you clean a window with a bad rubber, because your ends are bad. So that means wherever you turn that squeegee, that's where you're going to leave a little mark with bad ends. So you don't even play around with that end, right? So when you go like that and you turn that squeegee, you see that turn mark? If you have a bad rubber, it's going to leave a little line. So leave it anyway. On your way back, you swing it back again and then catch that mark on your way back. You don't have to follow through, just follow back to that mark again. It might seem like an extra move, but that extra move is necessary so you don't leave any swirl or haze marks from the rubber being not so kosher on the end. I know it sounds like a lot, and some of you might be busting your brains over, wow, that's a whole lot of something that's simple. But that's how you break it down to a science, and you explain things so that common sense people could grasp the concept on how to clean a window, the best way that's for you to get it done. But there you have it, Mac-a-Frack-a-Lack-a, peace, peace, peace. I got other things I want to say, but I'm not going to draw this video out. There'll be other tips and tricks on M.A.W. Monday and Wagtail Wednesdays. So comment below if you enjoy these little tips and tricks. Yeah, they're how-to videos, because you can never have enough on how to know how to do something, because everybody does things differently. And I have so much knowledge to share. That's why I have so many damn videos, because I don't work like anyone, and anyone don't work like me. Y'all haven't seen all of the extent of my abilities. I only show you what I'd like to do. I ain't show you what I've done and what I have to do and what I will do in the future. You know, because I would get all types of criticism. I've gotten it before, but I already put them people in their place. But there you have it, Mac-a-Frack-a, peace, peace, peace. I also had to say that if you want to avoid so much movement, let's say you got a broken wrist or a fractured wrist, or you're not too good with one hand or the other. If you want to minimize your movement without sizing your window up, well, sizing your window up is a big part of window cleaning. You don't want to have a small squeegee on a humongous glass, because you'll just be spinning your wheels and everyone will be laughing at you. But if that's all you got to work with, then fine, you work your way up. But let me show you the reason why. Alright, so let's say you start off with a straight pull, right? Now pay attention to my hand. Did you just see the less movement I made? It's so much different than twisting it and coming back this way. You see, I had to twist all types of ways. But you can keep your wrist still if you want, and just twist it, twist the handle. See, most people don't know how to use a swivel properly. Now you see, pay attention to my wrist. I'm not moving it like this, you know what I mean? So when you come back, you make your less moves. Alright, don't worry about that piece in the center. Like I said, you can swing and come back. You're not moving that much at all. I don't know if y'all understood what I just did, but that's how you make less moves with your wrist. Don't concentrate so much on getting all the water off at one time, especially if you're gonna, you know, come back to that area. So again, see that big section? And see where my hand is? I didn't go all the way to the end. That's minimizing everything. Because you're not going to finish here, there's no need to worry about that little piece. Like I said, that piece is there so you don't leave that line above. And if you got a nick on the end of your rubber, or your rubber's bald on the ends, that's how you clean a window with a bald rubber. No one will tell you how to clean a window with a bad rubber. They're going to tell you, man, if you don't change that rubber, we make money. We make so much money that we can have a fresh rubber for every job if you want. Just factor that in. Every job, just factor in $2 on top of that so you can have a rubber. That's how you solve that problem. But if you really want to stretch your rubbers, cut the ends down, put them in your smaller channels. That's all I got to say. The rubber's not a total loss. It's not a total loss. I've used rubbers, well, not as bad as that other guy. I think he set the world record. He used a rubber until not only were the ends bald, the whole rubber from top of the squeegee to the bottom of the squeegee, from the front to the back, it was all bald. It was paper thin. Now that's what I call maximizing your profit margin. Y'all know who that guy is. Y'all seen him in my video. He's another window cleaner. Razor Red rubber is the longest lasting rubber, but he set a year, almost a year, record working with that same rubber. So don't sit there and tell me you can't clean windows with a bad rubber, because you can. It's all about your technique. I can prove it to y'all. I can show y'all. But I think I've shown y'all enough. I still got a lot more to show y'all. But hey, man, you know, some people think I upload too much, so I slow down a little bit. Not really, but if I want to be able to keep preaching the knowledge that I have, instead of taking it to my grave, I will continue to help until somebody doesn't want my help. That's different. But all right, peace, peace, peace.